Los Angeles, California, 1942, a thick, suffocating darkness blankets the city. The streets, usually buzzing with life, are eerily silent, save for the occasional murmur of uneasy civilians peering through curtained windows. The air is tense, heavy with an unshakable sense of impending doom. Then, the sirens howl, a chilling wail pierces the night, sending a ripple of panic through the city. Spotlights ignite, cutting through the void like celestial swords, converging on an impossible silhouette in the sky. Lieutenant James Carter stands frozen, his breath shallow, his pulse hammering against his ribs. His gaze locks onto the massive, oval-shaped craft hovering effortlessly over the skyline, completely silent. Yet radiating an otherworldly presence. Gunfire erupts, the anti-aircraft batteries roar, spewing thousands of rounds into the heavens. The sky becomes a battlefield of light and steel. Explosions bloom like artificial stars, illuminating the craft's smooth, metallic surface. But, nothing, the object does not falter. The barrage of artillery, capable of bringing down bombers, simply disperses upon impact. No smoke, no fire, just an unyielding, impervious enigma. Then, in an instant, it is gone, vanished, not a retreat. Not an explosion. Simply, no longer there. A hush falls over the city. Soldiers glance at one another, their faces pale, their hands trembling on their weapons. Had they imagined it? Had something, someone, watched them from above, only to slip away into the cosmic abyss? Roswell, New Mexico, 1947, the desert wind howls through the barren landscape, carrying whispers of a secret long buried beneath the sands. Major William Harper tightens his grip on the steering wheel as his jeep bounces over the uneven terrain. A crash, they told him. Wreckage on a remote ranch. Simple. Routine, but as he arrives at the site, he realizes, this is anything but routine. Scattered across the dry earth is metal unlike anything he has ever seen. Fragments lighter than air, yet impossibly resilient, resistant even to the sharpest of blades. A particular shard catches his eye, smooth, yet covered in cryptic symbols, glowing faintly as if whispering an untold story. The rancher, Mac Brazel, stands beside him, his weathered face twisted with unease. It ain't from round here, he mutters. Not from this earth, Major. That night, Harper sits alone in his office, studying the wreckage under the dim glow of his desk lamp. A knot tightens in his stomach. What has he stumbled upon? A knock at the door. Two men step inside, dressed in black, their faces devoid of emotion. Their presence suffocates the room. One of them speaks, his voice devoid of warmth. You never saw anything. This never happened. His words are not a warning. They are a command. The next morning, the wreckage is gone. So is Mac Brazel. So is the truth. Unexplained Encounters, Rendlesham Forest, UK, 1980. The forest is alive with an eerie bioluminescent glow, the ancient trees casting long, unnatural shadows against the damp earth. Sergeant Mark Peterson grips his rifle as he leads his unit through the dense undergrowth. Then, they see it, a triangular craft, hovering just above the forest floor. Its surface is smooth, almost liquid-like, shifting between black and an impossible spectrum of colors. A low hum vibrates through the air, resonating in their very bones. Peterson steps forward, drawn by an invisible force. He reaches out, his fingers make contact, a searing flash. His mind is no longer his own, symbols flood his consciousness, impossible geometries. Pulsating sequences of light and sound. He hears whispers, voices, but not in words, in thoughts, a vision, a vast cosmic structure, stretching beyond comprehension. A gateway, then, nothing. The craft shoots skyward at an unfathomable speed, vanishing into the void. Breathless, disoriented, Peterson collapses. His unit rushes to his side, their faces pale with fear and knowledge. Back at the base, Colonel Charles Holt listens to their frantic report, his jaw tightening. He knows what must be done. The next morning, official records erased the event. The truth is buried once more. Present day, 2025, a modern laboratory, illuminated by the cold glow of holographic monitors. Dr. Emily Clark, astrophysicist and truth seeker, sifts through declassified documents. Every page, every image, every anomaly, they are all connected. Roswell. Rendlesham. Los Angeles, the symbols, the same across every incident. The realization sends a chill down her spine. They've been watching us. Her research leads her to Jesse Marcel Jr., now an old man, his eyes still holding the weight of a truth too heavy for history to carry. They weren't from here, he whispers, voice trembling. But someone else is watching her, a man in the shadows. Agent Reynolds, a guardian of secrets. The moment she steps outside, she feels it, the weight of unseen eyes upon her. The hunt for the truth is no longer hers alone. Something is coming, and this time, there will be no cover-up. The truth revealed, ancient symbols, a hidden code. Emily's fingers tremble as she traces the symbols projected onto the dimly lit walls of her study. The flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows across the ancient markings, Egyptian hieroglyphs, Sumerian inscriptions, and binary sequences too precise to be accidental. Her breath quickens. The same symbols appear across every documented UFO incident. Los Angeles, Roswell, Rendlesham. She cross-references them with newly declassified documents, running translations through her AI system. The screen glitches momentarily before displaying a message in crisp, cold text. They are watching. They are waiting. A chill creeps down her spine. What are they waiting for? The whistleblower's revelation. The road to Dr. Alan Greaves is long and treacherous. Hidden deep in the Colorado mountains, his bunker is more fortress than home. Surveillance cameras track Emily's approach, and for a moment, she wonders if she's made a terrible mistake. But as the door creaks open, Greaves, once a NASA scientist, now a shadow of his former self, stands before her, eyes sunken with the weight of untold knowledge. He wastes no time. They intercepted the signal months ago, he mutters, handing her a worn, classified dossier. Emily flips through the pages, her heart pounding. The transmission, the very same sequence etched into the Roswell wreckage, originates from Proxima Centauri. A mere 4.2 light-years away, she looks up, voice barely above a whisper. This isn't just a message, it's a warning. Greaves nods, and we're out of time. Breaking into the forbidden, under the cloak of night, Emily and Greaves navigate the barren wastelands surrounding Area 51. Miles of desert stretch endlessly, the sky above eerily silent, as if the heavens themselves are holding their breath. A hidden underground facility lies beneath them. Armed with stolen credentials, they descend into the unknown. The air is thick with something unnatural. Fluorescent lights flicker overhead, revealing sterile steel corridors lined with doors marked top secret. The hum of machinery vibrates through the walls, like the heartbeat of something vast and unseen. Then, they find it, a suspended craft, unlike anything Earth has ever built. Its surface is seamless. Unbroken, yet pulses with a faint glow, like a living thing in deep slumber. Strange glyphs dance along its hull, shifting as if aware of their presence. Emily reaches out, her fingers barely grazing the surface when a voice invades her mind. Humanity is not alone. The veil is thinning. The next phase begins soon. A holographic figure emerges, humanoid, yet utterly alien. Its presence defies comprehension, a being of light and energy, its form shifting between dimensions. Then, the alarms scream. The facility trembles as the craft stirs, its systems awakening after decades of dormancy. Above them, the desert sky erupts into chaos. Thousands of bright objects descend. Piercing through the stratosphere like falling stars, it has begun. The arrival, the sky opens, the world stands still, governments scramble. News anchors struggle for words. Billions watch in terror as the unknown fleet hangs above their cities, motionless. No attack. No demands. Only silence. Emily, now under military custody, watches from her holding cell as a new message appears on the monitors across the world. It's the final translation from the Roswell wreckage. We come not as invaders, but as witnesses. Tension thickens across the planet. Every world leader, every general, every scientist waits, for war, for surrender, for understanding. And then, the first ship moves. not toward destruction, but toward communication. A new signal pulses across the electromagnetic spectrum, one not of conquest, but of knowledge. The truth unfolds before them. The aliens have been monitoring humanity for centuries, watching as civilizations rose and fell, waiting for a moment when the species would reach a technological and ethical threshold. That moment is now, and the decision is ours. A new dawn. Emily stands atop a lonely hill, staring at the glowing sky. The fleet remains, an unspoken invitation. The earth holds its breath, then, her laptop flickers to life. A single word appears: evolve. The screen goes dark, and the future begins.